Hello instructors, Andy Bennett from Interactive Learning. Today I want to show you how simple and effective PointSolutions can be in leveraging your curriculum in your JROTC classrooms. These are tools that you already have access to, and these are strategies that we know will truly engage your cadets. But before we do that, let me ask this question. What is everyone's favorite radio station? It is WIIFM. What's in it for me? So why would I take time to watch this video? Let's break it down here, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about why PointSolutions, why does that matter? What is this FIT model that Andy keeps talking about? We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about LMS, Canvas, Schoology, Google Classroom, that kind of stuff, compared to PointSolutions. There are ties together, but a lot of times people are bailing on one to go to the other. Let's talk about the specifics as to why PointSolutions has some distinct advantages. Then we get into very specific advantages to you, the instructor, to your cadets, and then I've got a 90-second video to show you soup to nuts how to use PointSolutions in your classroom and just leverage this and makes the thing so much easier. We'll end with some support and next steps. Okay, here's the truth, guys. You have had access to PointSolutions for years now, but chances are that you've only been using a fraction of its potential. Cadets today are wired for interaction. They need feedback. They need structure. They need engagement. And that's exactly what PointSolutions and the FIT model can do when they're combined together. The FIT model is simple, but it's very, very powerful. Start with formative assessment to see what the cadets know real time and adjust accordingly. Then we use engagement strategies to keep them focused, which we know is a difficult thing to do in today's time. And then we embed testing throughout the process so we have learning and feedback coupled together. And this model will turn passive listening into active participation and active learning. So unlike LMS platforms that require internet and often isolate learners, because if we think about it, they were really never created with K-12 environments in mind, right? It was really meant for asynchronous learning, not in the same classroom. PointSolutions was developed specifically for in-class instruction. No internet required, built-in competitions, ready to go, strong focus for in-class instruction right there. Everything's already loaded for you. You're not going to have to do any type of loading into to get all of your tests and this kind of stuff. High engagement and instant feedback rather than delayed. So many advantages to you as the instructor. PointSolutions reduces your grading time. It gives you real-time insights and works with your existing setup. So you're going to spend less time managing tech and more time guiding your cadets. It's simple, it's fast, and it's incredibly effective data that you get to use in the moment right when you need it. What about for our cadets, right? Cadets respond to challenge, they respond to competition. We know that. So with PointSolutions, they are engaged, they are focused, and they're motivated because they're finding out whether they're getting it or not in real time. It's age appropriate, it's built in with collaboration, and it helps them to retain what they learn without all of those distractions or fatigue. So this solution was made for your environment. Simple, flexible, whether you're using clickers, mobile devices, doesn't matter. We do have options to do this without clickers, and you can run lessons, tests, or reviews, and it works in any environment. So check out this quick 90-second video to see what PointSolutions looks like in your JROTC classroom.
PointSolutions makes JROTC teaching faster, easier, and more engaging. I'll show you how in just 90 seconds. Starting from the dashboard, we click Enable under Mobile Responses to allow students to use their mobile devices. Once that's done, we go to our new curriculum. We highlight the PowerPoint that we'd like to launch. We click Start Now under PowerPoint Polling. Before we start, we click the Reset button to make sure that all of the slides have been reset. Then we go into slideshow mode. Once we're on the lesson objectives, we see a team assignment, which allows the students to assign themselves to a team. Once everybody's in, we see the distribution. Then we go to our first question. This is an open-ended question. We can click the little blue man group to see how everybody responded. Once everybody's in, we can click close. There's another open-ended response. Define leadership in your own words. Again, blue man group to see all the responses. And then we're on to a multiple choice questions. Once everybody gets in, we see the results on the right-hand side and then a check mark on the left-hand side showing who got the correct answer. We've got our participant leaderboard, team scores, team MVP, and the fastest responder for all questions that have a correct answer. Once we're done with our session, we can look at the reports. There are 3 main reports: results by question, results by participant, and results detail. All of these you can print or export.
Welcome back. I hope that was encouraging to see how simple and easy it is to use PointSolutions in your MC JROTC classrooms. I want to highlight something that is somewhat of a misnomer. A lot of people think PointSolutions, they think clickers, which is great, and that is an option. But do not sleep on the fact that you can use your iPhones, your iPads, you can use Chromebooks, your students can. All of those devices work within PointSolutions, so it doesn't have to be just with the clickers. It is flexible to work in whatever situation your students have right here. So keeping in mind any device here, every voice is heard, every response matters, every lesson allows you to lead into this idea of leadership and development, which is what JROTC is all about. And as we said before in our LMS combination or comparison there, this was built with in-class teaching in mind for live feedback and adjustment. That is really what it was created for. So I hope that this has been helpful and eye-opening to you as to how easy it is to use PointSolutions and how much of a difference it can make in your classroom, both for you and your cadets. Here is my contact information. After watching this video, there will be a survey that everyone needs to fill out. Make sure if you are interested in learning about how to use PointSolutions that you select yes to either learning about, getting training on, or the fact that you are committing to using PointSolutions in your classroom. If you are interested in leaning in on that, make sure you select yes on that, because that will get you in the door of getting further training and further support on that. Again, don't hesitate to reach out to me, but it's critically important that we find out who is interested and who's wanting to use that. Another resource that you can use is right here, tinyurl.com/MC-JROTC-training. This is all based directly on Marine Corps content, and it is broken down exactly like the manual is, going chapter by chapter, so it's a great resource for you. Thanks again for watching this video. I look forward to working with each of you. Take care and God bless.